Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, TechnoBricks here, or Aquas, whatever you want to call me. I've got two channels, so if you watch both, it's probably hard. I go by two different aliases. Fight me, people. We are here with some Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if you saw my channel announcement, but from now on, all gaming stuff goes in the TechnoBricks channel, and all vlogs and live content. When I say live, I don't mean streams. I mean literal, like, camera type stuff using my phone or whatever. That is all done through the AGN channel, which I've now shortened the name to literally just AGN. Although I had to put a last name in there in the terms of the name, I couldn't figure out how to actually make a channel name, so I just did AG space N. Without further ado, though, we are doing some content. I'm thinking, let's do some content for some PlayStation exclusives today. Why not? I don't have to work until 2 o'clock today, so may as well get something done. Tonight, either tonight or tomorrow morning. No, it'll have to be tomorrow night because I work early tomorrow. So, but we will be doing some Days Gone content. You can definitely look out for that in the channel. I'm not sure if we're going to do necessarily walkthroughs, but we'll probably do some just gameplay, which is what this is. We're not really doing a traditional walkthrough right now, which actually I kind of want to change my outfit real fast. I don't know which one I like the best, though. I've always really liked this one. That one was always one of my favorite ones. Oh, that one looks kind of cool. Like, that one is cool, but it's very, like, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. There's also that one. Door protector heavy. I guess we can do, yeah, let's do that one. Anyway, so without further ado, let's just do some gameplay. Let's take out some machines, get some stuff. I'm not really conforming to a lot of norms in terms of gaming on YouTube. Oh, why do you turn around? Also, I don't know how that machine does not, like, you literally just stared at me for a second and you didn't see that I was there. Like I don't understand. And I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have made so much sense. It would have made a lot more sense, had he like turned around when I killed his friend, but the fact that I killed his other friend and he still didn't turn around, that's kind of like, what? The logic of these games, guys. It's definitely a weird thing. It's not normal. These machines are supposed to replicate animals. Although, to be perfectly honest, I feel like half of them just replicate dinosaurs. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, given the fact that, like, if you look at, like, the timeline of this game of when, I won't go into spoiler territory, but when you find out about the machines and everything, stuff about them, it just seems a little weird that that a lot of them monoliths are dinosaurs. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But regardless, still a good game in my opinion. I've got a lot of the skills. I may do a New Game Plus walkthrough, so you guys can check that out and everything. I'm not really sure if I want to do that or not because it's a long game. I definitely enjoyed it when I played through it. It was definitely it was a tasty bite of gaming. Like, I definitely enjoyed it, but I've got a lot of the skills. I believe they added the Traveler skill with the Frozen Wilds, but I could be wrong. The Traveler skill tree could have been added with an update because when I played this game originally when it first came out, but I didn't actually end up finishing it, and then I came back like a year and a half later. And this was here, so but I had the complete edition, so I'm not sure if this is added with an update or with Frozen Wilds. It's most likely an update, given the fact that a lot of its skills don't seem like they have anything to do with Frozen Wilds specifically. I do love the dismount strike thing. I think that's pretty cool. I need to try that actually, but I do have the Call Mount Plus, so. I mean, there's minor spoilers, I guess, for the game, but this is from, like, the opening hours of the game, so, And also, this game has been out for like 2 years. There's no reason you shouldn't know most of this game's plot points. I can understand not knowing the very end, but not knowing all of it is like. Also, again, how does this thing whose like goal it is to like, I don't understand. How does this thing not hear me? Now let's try this. How do we? Okay, now it hears me now that I'm like on a horse. Okay, that's actually really cool. I didn't know how that worked. Makes a lot of sense. I was thinking it would just be like Link when he in Breath of the Wild, which this game did come out fairly close to Breath of the Wild, so I've noticed that too. It has a lot of similarities, but obviously I'm pretty sure this game was in development before Breath of the Wild was in development, but I could honestly be wrong about that. I'm actually kind of wondering what the timelines are for these two games, because definitely very interesting trying to figure that out. Like, when did this game go in development and when did Breath of the Wild? I'm thinking, because I'm wondering, because when Guerrilla Games released this last game, I wonder if they immediately started working on Horizon Zero Dawn. Because this has been, like, we know this has at least been in development since at least 2014. But I also don't know when they were planning on workshopping Breath of the Wild and, you know, figuring that out.
That's got their attention.
Let's just take him out with good old... Okay, that thing just blasted me back. That was not cool. You know, you guys are supposed to be nice. I mean, I understand that I'm actively trying to, like, murder you all, but seriously. I also love the loot system in this game with the resources and that sort of thing. I think, in a way, you can classify this game as a looter shooter. It's a little bit, I mean, obviously it's not, because of the fact that you're not really getting, like, weapons from them. But it's definitely, you know, it's definitely something. You get resources, but I honestly, I think, you know, the looter shooter genre, which I do love the looter shooter genre. Granted, I really only play the OG looter shooter games, which is Borderlands. I don't really play Anthem. I don't play Destiny too much, mostly because they're online only, and I don't care for that. I know I'm using only normal arrows. I'm probably gonna switch to like my shock arrows. I tried to have like all three different kinds of bows equipped at one time. Granted, I don't have the whatever this bow is. I think it's this is the sharpshooter bow. Yeah, sharpshooter bow. So I don't have the shadow sharpshot bow, which is what I actually really need. But I have the Tear Blast arrows, and that's kind of what I care about, because honestly, if you're fighting giant enemies in this game, you definitely need Tear Blast arrows, because that'll take a good chunk of their armor off, especially if you invest in the skills. And I'll show you real fast. I don't know where it's actually at. I think it's gonna be over here. Yeah, it's gonna be over Prowler. Or no, is it? No, it's right here. So it's in Brave. So the double shot and triple shot thing skills combined with the Tear Blast arrows, like, it's super almost overpowered on bigger enemies and even smaller ones as well. Because like when you use, I don't have enough stuff to craft it, but I will show real fast. Like when I'll go up to this machine over here and kind of demonstrate what I mean. Like, it's, you know, you shoot. It goes, and it's a massive armor damage deal. And then once you go with a hardpoint arrow or a normal hunter arrow, I mean, it doesn't matter which one, you're gonna deal a ton of damage, because most of their like bareness, or like, I don't want to say skin, but it's kind of the way to put it. Their skin is pretty much exposed. The other thing I will say is this game doesn't, at least from my understanding, I don't actually have a ton of aim assist in this game, but I will say that it definitely, the aiming in this game is not really hard to aim at enemies. It doesn't feel like you openly have to like line up the shot perfectly and like hit a watcher's eye. And I also feel like if you hold down to like charge your aim and everything, you do pretty good at it kind of guides the arrow a little bit, I feel like. So, and the travel in this game, it's amazing. So like going from area to area, it doesn't feel like nothing happens. It doesn't feel like you're just dragging along. I know one of the big things in a lot of games that are big open worlds like this, sometimes when you walk through them, it feels like you're just walking in a forest, and that's like that's it. There was nothing more to it than just walking. But I think in this game, it definitely did a good job of, like right here with the Strider randomly right here, it adds, like, you have stuff. There, you are actively going to be doing something. If you come across something, there's stuff for you to do while you're heading to your destination. And I think the Watchers as like a starting enemy, because that's one of the big things in the beginning of the game, is it's like the first, I think it's like the first machine you're introduced to in the entire game, which the Watchers as like a first enemy is actually pretty cool. I also love the medicine system of how you don't have to rely on like potions and stuff like that, that you can get like these, like with resources, and just like in the real world, you can get these little berries that are medicinal, or medicinal is actually the proper way to say it, to pronounce that. And you can recover like all your health pretty much, which I think is really cool in terms of like a game is combat oriented and is like a survival game. So it's really cool that because a lot of games, you see, and you have to rely on getting like food and stuff, but this is way different, because you, in addition to having potions, health potions, you can also recover your health this way, although it's just a lot slower. Let's go and save real fast. So I definitely enjoy that in this kind of game. The merchant system is really cool, and what's really cool about it is although a lot of merchants, so the farther you get in the game, the more the merchants sell. I can't remember exactly if when you go to a certain merchant and like you've gone to them and then you get really far in the game and they go back to that same merchant. I can't remember if there are inventory updates. I don't believe so. I believe they stick with what they already have. So it's not really do you much good to go back to that merchant unless there's like, you haven't collected the free gift box thing. Because and that's the other cool thing, is every merchant you go to gives you a free gift box. It's one at a time. But, and I just died. I wasn't really planning that properly. Every merchant that you go to, like I said, has a gift box that you get, which I think is a really cool thing, because it comes with resources and everything and stuff that you would need to craft and all that sort of thing, which is a really good quality of life thing. Definitely makes it, a lot better. You don't feel like, and then that also makes it easier because you don't feel like you're trying to scavenge for resources. You don't feel like you're, oh my gosh, am I ever going to find what I need? Is this, I'm ever going to get it? It makes it a lot easier when you find a new merchant and you're like, oh, I can get their gift box, and now I've got the wire that I need to craft these arrows or whatever. I can't actually remember what goes in all that. So like there's this merchant here, and like if you look here, let me double check. Yeah, so the only shadow thing he sells is the shadow sling. He sells a lot of Karja stuff, but not everything in Karja. But he sells a lot of stuff in the normal uncommon rarity. So it's one of those things that each merchant is different, and then also the outfits as well. So there's some merchants that don't sell some of these outfits. Like let's say you go to this merchant and this may have the Banik Ice Hunter Heavy, which I think all of them have it. But it's a good example of how this game does that. Does the merchant system where the farther in the game you get, and the areas that are their higher level areas, they'll have better stuff. And it does suck that a lot of these merchants, they don't, all of them don't update. So like, let's say you're in Mother's Grace or Mother's Embrace. I said that wrong. Let's say you're in Mother's Embrace and you don't want to have to like fast travel all the way to another city to try and like get, lost my thought, try and get the outfit that you need, that you really want or whatever. Well, now it'd be nice if they added a thing where you could go to the Mother's Embrace merchant and get that outfit or get that weapon or whatever. So it does kind of suck that you can't do that. But also the selling in this game is really good, and the shard system for later as you get farther in the game, you feel like less and less like you need to try and scavenge, or feel like less and less that you need to try and sell stuff all the time. I mean, obviously it's something like these that are only used for selling for metal shards, obviously, why would you not sell them? but the game later on makes you feel a lot more like, as long as you scavenge every machine, almost every machine that you go to, and get at least the shards, you pretty much going to be set on shards for a very long amount of time. You're not going to have to worry about that for a very long point of time. I'm realizing this is turning less of gameplay and more of like a review of the game as a whole. Sorry if that's what it turned into and you were not trying to tune in for that. And there's, I don't know if I've gone to this one yet. Have I? There we go. I can't really understand. I don't really understand how the day-night cycle works. I believe, I think there is a day-night cycle, but I'm not entirely sure if it's like certain areas are nighttime and certain areas are daytime. I don't think it's like that, but I could be wrong. But the fast travel system is really cool too. I don't know which merchant the first merchant that offers it, but at the start of the game, the only way to fast travel is to get the proper stuff, proper resources in order to be able to fast travel, which also includes killing certain wildlife. But later on, you can actually purchase for that. You can purchase a golden fast travel pack for more expensive, but as long as you have that in your inventory, you can fast travel as much as you want without using one of your packs and without costing a thing. I think that's really cool. I think let's go to that bigger city that I've been to. I can't remember. Mother's Crown. And this map is very huge as well. That's the other cool thing. I definitely like that. Daytona Gate, let's go there. Maybe a good place to go to. But I think there is a day-night cycle. I just can't remember exactly how it works. But it's definitely, this game definitely held up a lot. If you go back and play it, it's like, you can still get a lot of fun out of it, you know, just going around shooting the machines. It definitely feels fun. Not really sure how this video will turn out, but, you know, more stuff I publish, the better. I probably won't do a stream of Days Gone, but I may, when I get farther and get more certain stuff, I may do like a stream of just the open world. Because I don't know how, like with this game, I don't know how spoiler heavy the open worlds can be. Because there's certain games that you play and even if you get to a certain point, like even the open world eventually becomes spoilery because it's like something to do with it, or people will talk about stuff heavy, and I honestly don't know how much you can really get into that. But this game is pretty good because if you don't talk to a lot of the people, you're not really going to deal with it too much. And I'm trying to exiting gate. This isn't where to go, is it? This game, yeah, definitely has a good following. I hope that a sequel comes out. I mean, they did have a cliffhanger ending, so it would make sense for us to get a sequel. I don't know how well that'll do. I don't know anything about that, but my guess is we're gonna get it for the PS5, and hopefully as a launch title or close to a launch title, similar to how Infamous Second Son kind of furthered the Infamous franchise. And that was like a PS exclusive, and that was like supposed to be a launch title for the PS4, but ended up being close to launch. It was close to launch, but it's not launch. That came out, I believe, March 24th, which is actually a day after my birthday in 2014. So yeah, you've got like even the merchants, like the city feels very lifelike. It doesn't feel very barren. Even though it's like a post-apocalyptic game, it doesn't feel like that, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel like, oh, these people are just bleak. It doesn't feel very bleak. Like, obviously you can tell that people have found a way to do stuff. Found a way to forge armor and weapons and that sort of thing. That sky is very beautiful. So it definitely holds up in terms of visually. It holds up in terms of gameplay. The gameplay feels very, very good. This is actually really cool to look at. I guess we'll call this just a look back. It's pretty part of my look back series, which I ended up starting on my AGN channel, but we'll continue here. It's actually kind of fun to look at games that I've played extensively, even if they're older, because this game was one of my favorites of 2017. It definitely wasn't my all-time favorite, because Breath of the Wild, you know, who doesn't love Breath of the Wild, but definitely, I mean, in terms of all that, it definitely was a great game and a great addition to everyone's libraries. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry, it was mostly just a review slash look back kind of thing, if you weren't into that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Let me know what you liked about the video. Let me know what I can do to make these videos better for you. And if you like this kind of content, if you like video games, consider subscribing. And if you haven't checked it out already, check out my AGN video. I do vlogs, I'll do other stuff every now and then, and that channel won't be updated as much, depending on how tired I am and that sort of thing. If I can do a vlog, I will do a vlog. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Stay classy, y'all.